Hey everyone, it's Mikey here, giving you a bit of a update on the last few days. Today is Tuesday, July 16th, 2013, and 2 days ago, on Sunday, July 14th, 2013, my grandfather passed away. Now, I wanted to tell you my side of things, and I wanted to wait a few days due to the nature of the subject. That I needed to wait a few days before I could do this properly and feel I could do it justice. When I first knew something was going to happen, I was at Disney. I happened to be at Epcot at the time, and I got a text message from my mother saying that his lungs were failing, and he had to be put on oxygen. And I felt that I needed to leave right away. That would have been the right thing to do. So I left. I went home, got showered because being at Disney, got all sweaty and stinky and all that stuff. So I got cleaned up, went over there, spent some time with him. And then I heard him say that right before he was ready to sleep, he said that he wanted to sleep in his own bed that night, and which struck me because he hadn't slept in his own bed for a long time. He had this easy chair lounger that he sat in most of the time and slept in most of the time over the last several months. Just due to his health, he just couldn't easily get into bed, get in and out of bed, and so when I heard him say that, I knew that after everything that had happened during that day, that I wouldn't see him alive the next day. And as much as it's hard to admit that that's what I thought, but I felt it in my spirit that was going to be the case, and it was. And then the next morning, my dad woke me up at 6:30 and said, "Pop-Pop's gone." And it was hard to hear, but in a way I was comforted in knowing that I saw it coming. That the impact wasn't so hard, that he's gone. Because I knew that when I left the apartment Saturday night, that was the last goodbye. So, the last few days have been really hectic, and arranging family and all kinds of stuff like that, and planning the funeral, and just really being there for family right now. That's been my main priority. And we knew that he was going to go soon. We just didn't expect it to be now, especially before a big move and everything that has been transpiring the last few weeks. But what's great about it is he went the way he wanted to go. He made sure that my grandmother was going to be taken care of. He signed the papers to get us to the new house, and when we got accepted a few days later, he's gone. He made all the arrangements properly, And so now we are going to be having the funeral on Thursday at 2 o'clock at the First Methodist Church in Winter Park in the chapel. He loved his church, and he was very devoted to his church. And for as long as he was able to physically go, he was there. And it's been tough. It's been tough. And, the family's coping, each individual their own way, And I decided that I wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted to remember the good times, the good things about him, and not just dwell on the fact that he's gone. Things like, for example, I remember a time we were in Chicago, Illinois, and for an awards banquet for my dad. And he and my grandma came down with us. And I remember just sitting around at breakfast one morning and him telling me these hilarious stories of him in military school. I mean, I don't think I had ever seen him laugh as hard as he did that day when he told us all those amazing, hilarious stories of his antics in military school. And there was one time when me and Steven were just little tykes, we were helping him paint in his doghouse, which was his tool shed, and we got carried away. He left, and we got carried away, started painting ourselves and other expensive woodworking tools, and needless to say, when he came back, he had a few choice words for us. But it's those memories that are going to live on forever. And, you know, I could go into so many different stories, but I just don't have the time or all the words to say them all. So, this is for you, Pop Pop. I miss you. I love you. And I can't wait to see you again in heaven. Goodbye.